Well, hello, my YouTube friends and my Facebook friends. We just did the pregame over on the Lyons Mal for Short Facebook group. We had a little cheers. We're going to start with a little prayer in a little bit. But since this is like my first official super live chat, my friend Anthony is here. He's going to sort of moderate, keep an eye on things. Can you see me up there?
Yes.
Can you see the $ so people can super live chat? Yes, then we are ready to rock and roll. Cool. We are going to start with a prayer in a little bit, but I thought since I can't see anybody in the room at the moment, I think it might be just me.
Angel Touch said hi.
Oh, hello, Angel Touch. So you're getting it before I do. That's interesting. So, hi. So please bear with us. This is our first time doing this. I will only be doing this drunk maybe once a month, as I have said. But I will certainly be doing this throughout the week. I'm thinking maybe daytimes, we'll see. I'm going to find what my audience is when it works for people, because I'm really enjoying this whole process. And I really cannot thank my subscribers enough for getting me to 1,000 and above. I think I got like 70 since we hit 1,000 in a week. And that's really cool. I mean, because I am an artist of sorts. I mean, I have a production company. I'm brought up through musical theater and all that stuff. Hey, Yvonne. Hello from the UK. I love you long time. This is hysterical. Angel Touch. Love your readings. Thank you. Woohoo! Congratulations. Oh, there you all are. So look, if any of you like do, one of the super chats or super stickers or whatever, Anthony's going to keep an eye on it. So if I get like too drunk, he's going to be like, Mal, somebody asked you a question. I'll be like, what? All right. But will of course be much better with that when I do this, when I'm not drinking. So if anybody did not watch the clarification video, I'm still going to say a prayer. Don't worry. But I want to get this out of the way. This is like the warning ahead of time. That whole video is a warning, that clarifying drunk tarot. Because I don't drink that much. That's why we're doing hot sake our first time. And someone suggested like Patron or Jose Cuervo. I was like, are you out of your mind? No one needs to watch me barf on live stream, right? But it's something I never mix. I'm a Virgo. I never mix business and pleasure that way. And Lord knows I go to enough parties where if I have cards on me, or if I get hired for a party, right, and I'll like walk around or sit in another room or something like that, like people always want to like get me drunk. I'm like, no, not because the readings get foggy. It's well, just the inhibitions drop and the edit function shifts quite a bit. So my goal tonight is to be the happy drunk that I am. I have a Greek god backing me up. I should be fine. Now that is Dionysus. If anybody's unfamiliar with my father, my patron, my lord, my god, I am what's called a classic Dionysus archetype. Because I've realized that at my age, I'll be 52 this year in September, that, hold on one second, let's refuel. If you all care to have a sip with me as we go, we'll all be just blotto in an hour. What was I saying about him? Oh. With all I've been through in my 51 years on this planet, I could be a martyr or a hedonist. I sort of chose. I love him so much. He's a hot dad. He's a hot god. And he's an earth god. He's not so transcendent. He's immanent. And he's in all forms of alcohol. Talk about spirits. So I thought this would be a great way to kind of engage my audience, because y'all seem like a bunch of partiers, to be honest. Drunk with you in the UK. Hi again. There's my Marilyn. Oh, look, there are people here. You're in love with the bartender. Oh, is that your friend Melissa? Aw, I know. He won't come over on camera yet. Maybe you can persuade him to. Because he's welcome to. I mean, I don't care. He could belly dance on here. He could totally do the I Dream of Genie if he wants. I don't fucking care. And that's the thing, being an artist and a reader, my whole life, it's going to be 40 years. I started reading tarot when I was 12. That's when I started learning. It's a long time, right? But I also had a performing arts career. Well, that's what we called it in the 80s, performing arts, right? So this is a really nice release for me. I just put out 2 videos. Today, I did Aquarius and Capricorn for the Path of True Love. So this is a little way for all of us to blow off some steam. So we're going to have a little prayersy-waresy, okay? Everybody take a sip.
Someone commented.
Oh, what do we got?
Ever consider herbal instead of alcohol?
Oh, not in the United States. Not in the United States. Not in New York, honey. No, no, no. As soon as that fucker goes legal, then we'll say. As soon as. Besides, I prefer a vape. It's easier on the vocal cords. Not that I would know directly. God, I hope my mother's not watching this. I doubt she is. She's probably murder she-wroting all over the place. So thank you, Anthony. You know, the next time we do this, we really should put the camera going this way so you're behind the island. It'll totally be like, oh, what's his name? Andy Cohen. Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Except it'll be
someone's hair on there the other day.
Oh, did she? Congratulations, Melissa, on your hair skills. I still don't know how I feel about Andy Cohen after all these years. I mean, he's cute, but showbiz people. So let's say a prayer, shall we? Everybody take a nice deep breath. Oh, dearest God, goddess, all that is, we surrender this time spent together to you, particularly Dionysus. May it serve your purposes, for I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent the gods who sent me, so I don't have to worry about what to say or what to do, because the gods who sent me will direct me, and I'm content to go wherever they wish in perfect love and perfect trust, knowing that I do not go there alone and that I will be healed. And we will all be healed as they teach us to heal. So my gods, my angels, my masters, the higher selves of all involved, please show me what you would have me do, where you would have me go, what you would have me say, and to whom, that we may have a good time tonight, that this may be a manifestation of the highest reality, the most fulfilling reality for the well-being of all. And so it is. Rock and roll. Cheers, sweetie. Rock. Cheers. Thanks a lot. I may do some ab fab free quote. He has no idea. He's never seen them. Anthony's over there, not just pointing randomly. Okay. All right. All right. No, you guys have plenty of time to catch up. Don't worry. So here we go. You ready? What I thought we would do to start off with, really, really basic, is we would grab a deck. Let's start with the angels. I'm going to take a few deep breaths, and we're just going to go through the signs of the zodiac. Yeah?
If it helps you at all, it's very lagged.
Oh, is it very lagged?
Your prayer just ended.
My prayer just ended.
So if
so is it like 30?
Question,
just let me know as they come up. Okay. And Anthony has the full power to interrupt me whenever he wants. Well, he is my past life son. And that life, Justin, like in this one, I have no idea who the father is. What are you going to do? They only show you so much in the Hall of Records, the Akashic Records. All right, so do let me know if anybody has a thing. So we're going to start with Aries, and I'm going to take the card out and put it down so I don't lose track. Cool? It should be wild. Oh, let's talk to the angels, shall we? I am going to start. I call upon my angels and my archangels to work through me under grace and in perfect ways. My angels, please. 1, Doreen Virtue, healing with the angels card for the sign of Aries. Sun, moon, rising. Let's do that. Sun, moon, rising. Please, my angels, what is one card for the Aries collective? Sun, moon, rising signs, just here in general, nothing specific. Oh, I feel... Screw with me. There you go. Music. Well, it makes the people come together. It makes the bourgeoisie and the rebel. I heard it at the party last night, a little Madonna. So look, pay attention to the music going on in your life. Like, I have had songs stuck in my head over the past few days and really obscure, which if you're in my Facebook group, you'll notice what they are, because I tend to find the YouTubes and then post them to sort of give it to other people so it leaves my head. But I've learned to pay attention to those songs in my head, because usually there's some sort of symbolic connection there. If not in the words or the lyrics itself, then definitely in the vibe or the emotion that that the music brings up in me. Walking on Sunshine, when you're walking on sunshine, it's a nice way of saying, oh, there you are, a song on the radio. But when something literally loops in your head like that, pay attention to it. There's also the interpretation of this card that I get rather often, not just on YouTube, but for clients, where it's what you're going through right now, like a well-written song has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It has the bridge, it has the chorus, but it's your job to kind of flow with it. We good? Oh, sorry. I thought, yeah, just do like this if you need my... It's our first time. So pay attention to the music in your life, and by all means, if you are a musical artist, use this opportunity, because, you know, I always use Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine, because it's a kick-ass happy song. But most of our great music was not written by happy people during happy times. I think we all need to acknowledge that pain and suffering brings good art, and there's plenty of it going around on the planet. So create if you have to create. You never know who's going to relate to it. And how many times have we had songs save our lives, so to speak, where we finally at some point felt understood? Cool. Let's move on. Taurus, my fellow earth signs. My angels, please, one card in clarity for the Taurus collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm just a Doreen Virtue. Angel card, please. Y'all got miracles. Now look, two definitions of miracles for me. One is something that defies natural law, right? Walking on water, water into wine. They were really into water in the New Testament, I guess. Oh, but the Red Sea parting, right? You know, defies natural law. So sure, I can feel that there are some things that might go on for you in the next week or so that might feel a little out of the ordinary. But for me, a true miracle is often where an ancient hatred becomes a present love, right? Or where you held this grudge or had this like hatred or fear inside of you that almost spontaneously, or because you shift your perspective on it like an eighth of a degree, you see the whole thing differently, and the chains that were holding you back fall away. Now, that is a Course in Miracles version of miracles, but I have to say, I started reading Course in Miracles because I was expecting water into wine, and instead I got led into gold. If it was called, you know, Course in Forgiveness, no one would have read it. So, you know, props to the publisher. Cool. Let's go on. We're okay over there, Anthony?
Yeah. From the Aries read, Maricela said, I hear a lot of music in my head too.
No, there we go. Yeah, well, I can see her too. Okay, so it's not that much of a lag. So do you understand there's a lag? But that's why we have my tech specialist, past life son. Okay, so it's not that much of a lag. So do you understand there's a lag? But that's why we have my tech specialist, past life son. It was Anthony, just like the way you say yours on social media. The difference is he became a doctor, a dentist, so he became Dr. Baby Anthony over the decades. So if you're watching, you might very well maybe. All right, Gemini. Oh, my Geminis. Oh, I love them. I just can't date you anymore, any of you. No. Sun, Moon, Rising, sorry. Oh, please, my angels, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Sun. What's going on for them in general tonight, particularly for this Drunk Tarot? Focus. Now, of course, if this was part of a larger spread, I would say, oh, let's pick another card to see what focus on. But you're Geminis. We know what that means. It means focus already. Oh, my God. Take a deep breath. Yes, I've dated some Geminis in my life. We don't know how many times I wanted to tap on their third eye and say, can I speak to the other one, the one I met on the first date? He was lovely. I changed my mind, no duh. Now, seriously, look at mental focus in your life. Look at what you are focused on right now. And certainly, all right, I'm going to cheat. Hey, I'm making up the rules as I go. What do they need to focus on, the higher selves of all involved, right? The angels are saying focus. What's this Gemini need to focus on? Treasure your loved ones. It is important that you love others deeply. Something to keep in mind there. Focus on what you already have. Focus on the love that is already in your life, even if it's your fur babies, right? Even, you know, everybody wants to find love like through sex and romance, and I'm right there with you too. Of course, it's a lot of fun. But we already have so much love in our lives that if we just focus on it and feel the feelings that are actually there, we find that it heals us a little bit faster and there's not so much waiting, right? Because love is what love is, how it expresses itself in its different forms. Well, it's like clay. Love is the clay, the relationship, the form, infinite variety. Oh my God, that definitely calls for another sip. Cool. Anything else fun going on there? Oh, I can't wait to go back and Stevie Nicks, Edge of 17. Just like the White-Winged Dove. You know what my favorite Stevie Nicks album is, though? Enchanted. Obviously, I'm a witch. But there's some really good songs on there. Oh, also, what was that? Rockbird, the one that had Stand Back? That was my teenage babies. Woo. Let's see. Please tell me about that other twin. Yeah, honey, I know. And I know who you are. I know you, D. Hansel. I know who you are. Let's go. Fourth sign. Oh, the Cancerians. I better be careful. They tend to be sensitive. I was raised by one. So if somebody wants to tip me, you just hit that $sign down there, and Anthony will tell me you did, because my eyes are already sort of dehydrating and my contact lenses are starting to get foggy. I can read cards, though. So toss a coin to your witch. I finally get to say that on Super Chat. Very, very cool. All right. My angels, please. One card for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, please. Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What's the message, the overall? Well, divine guidance. Now, here's the thing. You're Cancerians. It's mostly going to come, my senses, through the intuitive and or emotional thing. So a lot of people expect divine guidance, like turn left, perfect parking spot, where often it's your soul speaking through an emotion like fear or like sorrow or grief to let you know that there's a movement, a healing happening within you, particularly if you're picking up on other people's emotions too. So the thing about divine guidance is just know whatever it is you're feeling, whenever it is you're feeling it, it is safe to feel it in that moment. Like I find like stuff sometimes hits me while I'm driving, which is a little inconvenient. A song, like I said, a song will come on, something will trigger, and this emotion will come up. And this thing of kind of loving what rises is to get that it's really emotional guidance and grace from your soul communicating through your emotional body. I'm a Pisces moon. So to keep that in mind, if you have to pull over, pull over. I've never had to do that. Once I was laughing so fucking hard, I had to pull over because it really wasn't that safe to drive when you're guffawing and crying with laughter. But I find that if I just breathe through it and keep my eyes open, that the purpose, if not the reason behind the emotion, the guidance itself does show itself. But also remember, emotions are up here. Gut intuition is really in your gut. Like if something feels off down here, pay attention. That is your soul saying, there's a lesson here. There's a choice. There's usually a choice or a decision about whether to empower or disempower yourself by feeling and acting on what's going down here or not. Good, good. Let's see. Let's do the Leos, because they're fun to do. I've slept with every Leo gay male on Long Island, I'm pretty sure. Nice deep breath, please.
Maricela says sip, sip, sip.
Oh, thank you for Oh, I think we should call him Jack. So that he's Samurai Jack. Oh my God, that's totally what we should call him. His name is now Jack. He better be a samurai though, because I don't want to get dragged for some cultural misappropriation saying the wrong thing on YouTube. My career will be over by the AM. I'm too much fun and too cute for that, right? Chukas, sweetie. Brought cheers, thanks a lot. Sweetie, darling, let me in. Sweetie, darling, let me in. He has no idea. Leo Collective, my angels, please. This is fun. My angels, please. One card for the Leo Collective. There you are. Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Spiritual growth. Now look, here's the tea. The world is going through so much transformation. I had a client ask me the other day, well, is this the Great Awakening or is this the Armageddon? And I said, yes, right? It's all about how do you want to play it. So many of us have been through personal Armageddons that we kind of don't need to go through the global one. And there's the quantum for you. So if you really want to lean more towards your own spiritual growth right now, this is certainly saying for the Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising at least, and I am Leo Rising, that it's a good focus right now, that whatever it is that you're going through, the world itself is sort of hammering you into the person you are meant to be in this life, to evolve within you the very qualities that will not only serve you, but will serve all of life, if not all of human life, right? To help heal every heart. And remember, Leo really is, I feel like, ruled by the heart. I mean, the carotid artery looks just like the symbol for Leo. So there's something there about courage, and to take courage that your spiritual path, everything that you have ever been through in this life, you did the best that you could, and it actually made you grow. Just something from Matt Kahn I read the other day, something along the lines of whatever it is that you think you've done wrong, step back and ask yourself, oh, I wish I had my clipboard with me because it's written on my clipboard. I wrote it down. It was so good. How has this helped me? How has this helped my soul evolve? And as you even begin to contemplate that question, whatever it is you think the fuck up was that you did or was done unto you, if you breathe through it, right? If you're willing to undergo the process of introspection and self-inquiry, you can really see, but you know what? Because I was in that much pain, I did look into that, and I did take that healing journey, and I did talk to that person, and I never would have. And you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean you have to like what's happened. I mean, it's spiritual growth and forgiveness is not about what happened was okay. That's where I draw the line on that. But certainly you can see that my personality may have suffered horribly, but my soul took the opportunity and we healed something that maybe we wouldn't have been able to heal more gracefully unless it went that way. Now, put that in context of what's happening in the world politically, socially, economically, geologically, ecologically, right? That we're all going through a bit of a dark night of the soul that maybe collectively is called Armageddon, the end days. But it's only the end of the world as we know it. And you know what, Anthony? I feel fine. He has no idea why I just said, you don't know that song from REM, dude. It's the end of the world. Come on, my Generation Xers. I would still nail Michael Stipe. I don't care what he looks like, just for that song alone. Oh, you know what I think? What sign is next? I think Virgo's next.
Who so wants to know what you're drinking?
I am drinking hot sake. And by the way, this isn't sponsored, but can you imagine if this catches on? I'll have like Smirnoff. You do not want me doing vodka shots and reading, but it's Tiku, Tiku sake. This is bottle number 2. We're not tapping bottle. I hope we don't have to tap bottle number 2 tonight. So I got to work tomorrow. I have to be up and make those videos. Got to keep my numbers up. Chicos, here we go. Thank you, Anthony, for taking. You're doing this from now on. I mean, unless like Lady Gaga wants to sit in, but in which case you would still be in the room because it's Gaga. I don't know where we really have to clean. All right. Virgo. No shit. My angels, please. One card in clarity for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising signs. What's going on for us? There you are. What's going on for us, my angels, please? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the support. I'm absolutely feeling the support. Oh, it's backwards on the live stream super chat. Oh, that sucks. Hold up a mirror and then get 2 more. So yeah, I am feeling the support certainly from you all right now. Just doing this is kind of really cool. But do know that for the Virgos, we're in so much of the spiritual support team on the planet. I mean, every sign has its gifts and its skills that it brought to this time of the Great Awakening / apocalypse that we're in. But there is this flavor that I'm feeling to know that there are healers for the healers, right? That Virgo, we need not be the martyrs of the zodiac. I don't think we are. I think there are other signs that have already claimed that, and I'm not saying who. But there's definitely a time for self-service for our own selves. Like today, I worked from the moment I got up, still going on today. And you know what? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take an extra hour and make sure that I'm taking care of me before I do everything else that I have to do, self-employed Virgo witch that I am. So just know that it's okay to say to your angels, to your gods, to your higher powers, hey, I'm not in this alone. Unity consciousness, right? Can you help me? Start there, very general. Can you help me? Because this card says that the support is there. Now, this is actually a rather semi-famous picture here. I have seen this on greeting cards and all over the place. So this image, and I really do see angels, gods, masters, totems, like the entire panoply of pantheons. That's the divine talking through me. Really, it doesn't matter who you are or what your cultural background is, your age, your gender preference, any of that stuff, your gender identity, that we are all one, and support is there. But particularly for the Virgos who tend to be in service, we can slip into martyrdom like that in our own minds and nobody would even know. To know that Virgos, in and of ourselves, it's okay to take time and space for ourselves, but we need to ask for support, because the rule is ask and it is given. Ask Abraham Hicks. I don't think that's even an obscure reference metaphysically. So who's, oh, Libra. Oh, Libra. I think this might call for a drink. How you doing over there? How's the Pinot Grigio treating you? Good. I mean, it's Woodbridge. It's okay. Half of the bottle went into the bolognese for the party yesterday, so that's what's left over. My angels. Just one card for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs, please. What is the perfect message for them right now? What is it that they most need to know? Self-acceptance. I think this is one of the most important cards in this deck, because the deck is called the Healing with the Angels Oracle. And I think until we learn the mastery of acceptance, it's kind of hard to do anything else. It's like, how are you going to deal with your fear until you accept you're afraid? How are you going to deal with your heartbreak until you accept that it's broken, right? Like, it could be going on, but at what point do we turn to the child of our own heart and say, sweetheart, it's okay? I went to a party yesterday. It was a stone soup deal. We all brought different, parts of the meal. But friends of mine from the 80s, and we were talking a little bit about what it was like to be gay growing up in the 80s. And like AIDS, before there was HIV, there was AIDS. And we were terrified. It was sort of like that feeling of fuck the wrong person and you die, right? Like, that is really what it was, because there was no internet. You got what was on TV and what was in the newspaper, and really that was it, unless what you heard through the grapevine. So accepting that you were gay wasn't just the socio-political, psychological piece of it. It was really taking your life into your hands, not just with HIV/AIDS, but with, gay bashing, which still happens. But it was just very different. And thank God for my straight brothers and sisters who sometimes, one in particular, really stepped in and saved my life once. So that thing of self-acceptance, understand that that is throughout history. We've all had to struggle with self-acceptance by saying, it's okay that I feel the way that I do, and it's okay that I'm gay, it's okay that I'm straight, it's okay that I'm getting older. Because we are souls that were chosen to incarnate and play these roles. Self-acceptance is one of what I call the children of love. Like, love is the parent, but then there's forgiveness and acceptance and approval and on and on and on, all the manifestations of love that we can bring in. So if we can't bring in like that true divine love all at once, we can start with that self-acceptance simply of, it's okay. It's okay that you're afraid. It's okay that you're lonely. It's okay. And that opens a door to a type of healing of giving yourself the love that really no one else can. So for Libras, you who are so often in that balance of the scales, one thing in relationship to another, look to your relationship with whatever it is that you're feeling and going through, wherever you are in your life, in terms of balancing yourself mentally, emotionally. I love you, because Libra is very mental, emotional. It's ruled by Venus, emotional, but it's an air sign, mental. I'll leave that there. That was good. Card drop. That was good. Oh my God. Anything I need to know about going on, darling? Are we all happy? Are we all peppy? Are we all bursting with love? I'm going to read these all later. Well, TV, etc., made you feel like if you, breathed on the wrong person, right? See, someone from my era, right? It's just like people, like if they found out you were gay, they wouldn't let you near their kids. And it's just like, I haven't had sex yet. It's ridiculous. But that's why when people say, oh, we're not evolving, we're sliding backwards, it's like, no, we're not. We've come further than we realize. So speaking of sex and death, let's talk about Scorpios. Here we go. That was a good segue. I couldn't have scripted that myself better. Oh my, I think I see. Someone just gave me $10. I just made $10. Good. It'll help pay off for some of the alcohol for tonight. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. I went to the place next to Costco. They have a little liquor store right there, right in Holbrook. So I went and I got it. It's a good deal. Shit's delicious. Before we do Scorpio, right? Sex, drugs, rock and roll. Let's. Thank you, Samurai Jack. You know who Samurai Jack is, right?
Yes.
Okay, just Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I started my company when the Powerpuff Girls came out, essentially. How do I know that? Because suddenly I was home a lot and Cartoon Network was on. So I got to know Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup rather, not intimately, but I always thought the professor was kind of hot. Scorpios. My angels, please, 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 one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What's going on for them? Lovely. New beginnings. I feel like that was in one of the readings that I did. If that was Twin Flame, like I'm going to remember that specifically. The card of new beginnings is just that. This angel has got the whole world in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands. So there is something there about where do I want to dive in? What do I want to choose next? I've got the entire candy store in front of me, but where will I move on into this? What will I focus upon? Because I can look macro, but often the choices that we have in life end up being micro. Like, what am I going to do today? Seems macro for a day, but grand scale, it's micro. So really tune in. You know, this is what I'm getting. See, this is the deal. Somebody, when we did the pregame for this, because it takes 30 minutes to get drunk. It takes 30 minutes to get drunk. So we did like 15, 20 minutes in the Facebook group. That's why you should join the Mark, Angela, Lyons, and all for short Facebook group. It's private. It's secret. No one will know. But somebody asked me, like, how does it affect you seeing or hearing the divine? And I'm like, not at all. Because of this beautiful divine creature in my life. Someday I'll talk or write about my connection with Dionysus down to how I was born. But that's the thing. Like alcohol, it's not something I do that often, but for me, in a way, it's a sacrament that doesn't make me more or less intuitive, but allows me to feel it and hear it in a different way. That's what it is. So what I'm feeling this for the Scorpios is really do look to the intuitive promptings, not just the, oh, that's interesting, but you know when you get that, right? Sometimes it's just a grunt. Perfect example, second chakra, right? There's somebody that you're attracted to here. I'll teach. Everybody imagine somebody that you're very sexually attracted to. Usually it's better to go for a celebrity, right? I'm still into Hugh Jackman. I know he's married, but he was Wolverine. That's enough for me, right? So just imagine that, right? Imagine that celebrity, whoever it may be. And now imagine them smiling at you and winking. Your second chakra goes, Now imagine, I'm not allowed to say who the person is, but now imagine someone completely unattractive just even hitting on you slightly. All right, second chakra. Pay attention to that in terms of a new beginning. If you really have something presenting itself either through your own creative process of downloading it, inspiration, vision, choice, allowing it to come down through the chakras into physical form, really check it from time to time with the second chakra. How does it feel? Is it a or a because that's how the second chakra works. And by the way, Scorpio is ruled by the genitals, so second chakra is kind of your chakra. Cool. Anything else I need to know about Anthony?
Marisol said she loves the Powerpuff Girls.
No, I was always, no, I wasn't Blossom and I wasn't Buttercup. I was the green one. Blossom, commander and the leader.
And Michael says some of my best relationships were Scorpios.
Yeah, well, now I'm not saying I haven't had fun with Scorpios, but relationships, I wouldn't call them, aside from friends. I have some brilliant Scorpio friends, but you know what? The Scorpio females are always thick as thieves. Always thick as thieves. My brother Matthew is a Scorpio because he's Matthew, I'm Mark. Thank God my parents divorced. We would have had Luke and John. What if they were girls? This is terrifying. Sagittarius, shall we? Our last row of 4, and we'll see how we're doing. I can keep going. Are you still good? Take a chair. Sit. He's been standing. Haven't you been on your feet all day?
No,
I won't say. Oh, okay. I was going to say where you work. I'm not going to expose him. All right. Oh, my Sagittariuses. No, not until I call it. By the way, if somebody wants to like send me $10, I will absolutely drink on command. That's him. That was him who said that through me. I'm an avatar of Dionysus. It sounds weird, but I'm hardly the only one. There are probably thousands of us. All grapes on the vine. My angels, please. Let's watch the mystic get drunk, please. 1 card in clarity for the Sagittarius, the Sagittarius collective, Jupiter-driven, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, the sons and daughters of Zeus. Please, please, my angels, 1 card for the Sagittariuses, Jupiter-driven. Freedom. Why don't we just call it the Sagittarian cards? I love Sagittarians. I've never met a Sagittarian that I didn't like and that I didn't have fun with in one way or another. Like even the Sagittarian females, the mind, right? The quickness of the wit, and just what flies out of their mouth. So really look to freedom, not just the freedom in terms of freedom of choice. Depending on where you live, obviously your freedoms may shift and change, but the freedom in terms of what it is that you want. That there are many things that we want only because intuitively we don't even realize that it's something that's written, that is coming. It's more intuitive. Really, it's more water than fire in that sense. So trust that the things that you really, really want, that you dream of, which is very much the Sagittarian energy, that you allow that emotion of wanting that to be what it is without sort of crunching it. Give it a breath. Because what we end up doing, and this is so true, particularly with things that we really want, life dream kind of things, whereas we'll put 1 foot on the gas and we'll do whatever it takes to get there, but at the same time, our impatience and our unwillingness to allow things to unfold slows shit down. It's sort of like when you don't have a lot of money and you kind of grab onto everything. Well, money can't get out, but money can't get in either, right? So at a certain point, what is freedom but relaxation? That how you really know you're in alignment with the truth of who you are spiritually, 9th house expansion, metaphysics, spirituality, is by how relaxed you are, because you can be inspired and excited and relaxed. That's called going with the flow. So really keep an eye on that in terms of your freedom, because remember, the only one who has to feel good about your choices is you, right? As I've said to people in my life, much to their chagrin, I didn't incarnate for you. It's true. We didn't incarnate for anybody else. What we got going on?
Everyone really likes Sagittarius.
Oh, Sagittarius, that's not even my own. Oh my God. Oh, I've got so many of those. See, I have been working in the metaphysical spiritual field since, oh my God, when I lived in Boston, my first crystal store job was like 1988. It's before most of you were even a dream in your parents' imagination. Jeez, man, I've been doing this shit a long time. Don't I look good? I really should be sponsored by Neutrogena, because really, they had a lot to do with how I look now. Really, it's true. Overtone, purple for brown. The kitties are all hiding upstairs, because even though they love Anthony because he feeds Anthony, would you just come over and at least show your face so people, well, obviously they hear your voice. It's not like Snuffleupagus. Here, come around this side, because you got to crawl over shit there. This is my past life son and dear, dear friend, Anthony. There he is, my Anthony, my bartender and moderator. Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to kind of like do this. We'll get used to it. Thank you, sweetheart. I always give credit where credit is due, but yeah, he takes care of the boys when I go away to Bushwick or Saratoga, which is really the only two places I've really gone out of the way. It's not like, oh, I have to go food shopping. Can you watch the cats? Oh, Capricorn's next. I love my Capricorns. I would have married a couple of Capricorns in my life. It's just when I told them I love them, they went, oh dear. I was like, okay, I'm out. It was very much the ER thing. Oh, bother. It was very much that. I would love to marry an earth sign, but I would hope we would get out of the house every now and again. So my Capricorns, my Saturn born. Nice deep breath. Oh, my angels, my angels, my angels, please, one for the Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need to know about right now? Surrender and release. Look, the thing about surrender and release, it would be nice if we only had to do it from full moon to new moon, if we only had to do it. But every day, there is something that needs to be surrendered to make room for the something new to come in. Now, through the excretory process, through the respiratory process, we are always surrendering and releasing. In order to walk, we must release the stability of one foot and catapult forward into the hope that the next foot will come, right? That is how, if you think about it, you're off balance there for a little bit, even when you walk. So what are we asked to surrender? Now, again, this was a larger reading. What is it that I'm allowed to cheat? I'm the president of Drawing the Circle Productions. What do you think? YouTube's going to interrupt me and say, sorry, you're not allowed to pull an extra card for an earth sign because we're earth signs? Please, what are they supposed to surrender and release? Well, there's an irresistibility about it. So whatever it is that you have to surrender, it's not something you can really resist. So in other words, it's already going. Let it. Yeah. And by the way, spiritual surrender is not about waiting on the couch for shit to happen. It's the prayer I say every morning, give or take. God, Goddess, all that is. Make this the best day ever. Work through me. Make every choice. Say every word. Before I do a reading, I say, pull every card. Bring me everything that this may be truly helpful. That surrendering to the divine is actually the wildest adventure of your life. But you have to learn how to take your guidance and your grace from the divine as you go. So there's that surrender and release that can be very passive. And that is really what we were taught for thousands of years. Let go and let God. But then there's let go and let the gods work through me, so that I act on the inspiration and the intuition that comes to me, knowing that I'm an immortal soul. And it kind of doesn't matter how hard the road is, because I'm going to get some development out of this journey that an easier road, I don't know, maybe as a Gemini, just as a counterpoint, would not be able to get. Look, I love my Capricorns, but I really want you all to enjoy yourselves. And a lot of people don't know this. It surprises me that Capricorns are known to be born old and grow young. So keep that in mind. It might have been hard. They usually have to be very adult as children, but as they get older, they can shift that into a more hedonistic, fun, loving life place. So surrender and release maybe some of the weight, because you don't have to carry that weight a long time. Aquariums. Oh, my aqualungs. How are we doing over there? Is everybody happy? Tip your witcher. If anybody wants me to take that next sip. It's not. But at what point am I paying people to get me drunk? I might as well be at a bar. Buy me a drink that I've already supplied myself. Here we go. Nice deep breath for my aquariums. By the way, did you ever watch any of those aquarium videos on YouTube where they grow like entire civilizations and ecosystems? And they're fascinating. I'm like, but I have cats. That shit would swat, that shit wouldn't be good. Aquariums, my Aquarians. You know, Aquarians are ruled by Uranus, not mine, yours. It's such an old joke. They were going to change the name of the planet to avoid that joke and call it Eurectum. That's not my joke. That's from Futurama, season 1. My angels, please, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, sun. What's going on for them? I love this card. Guardian angel. Now look, they say everybody has a guardian angel because the guardian angel is actually the higher self, right? So it's who you are outside of time and place. I won't say which dimension. I'll say higher than the fifth dimension. But let's say a higher dimensional version of you that incarnates all of your lifetimes simultaneously, not just on this planet, but apparently elsewhere. Now the Aquarians are into that. By the way, if you ever look at the symbol of the planet, I'm talking to you, Anthony. You can't really see that there. If you ever go look up the symbol of the planet Uranus, there I said it the correct way, it looks just like the Starship Enterprise. Just saying. Like, I don't know which came first. I'm pretty sure the symbol came first. Maybe they modeled it after that, right? So they kind of like that extraterrestrial stuff. The earth signs not so much. But my Aquarians really get that. You have the ability to connect with your higher self, your true self, in a way that you never, ever, ever, ever have before. My guardian is an archdemon. Well, you know the thing about demons are, it's a sliding scale, isn't it? Right? Like you've got like Archangel Michael on one side, and then you've got Lucifer on the other side, and then there's all these shades of gray in between. Honey, I think I'm right in the center. I'm the Archangel of Lyons. I'm Archangel of Lyons. My name fucking means Archangel. You want to hear a funny story real quick? I had this vision one night, and I don't have great, big, huge Cecil B. DeMille, like, aqua ballet visions. I have visionettes. They're really quick. The angels came to me, and I was despairing at the time. And they said to me, write your name, like in the air in front of you. I'm clairvoyant. Write your name, the first two parts of your whole name, put it together, but take out all the spaces. So I wrote Marcangelo Lyons. They say, now take out the first M and the O. So I took out, so I was Archangel, and then they put the O back, and it was Archangel O Lyons. I'm the Archangel of Lyons. I was like, well, who's the Archangel of Lyons? They said Ariel, and my angelic name is Elistariel, Ariel. And I was like, ugh. The next day I went to my mom. This is when we all lived on the property in Bayshore. And I said, spell my name Marcangelo without the space in between. And she did, and she scratched off the M and the O like I told her to do. And I said, you named me Archangel. She looked at me and said, you're such a weird kid. I said, yeah, but you named me. She goes, it was 1968. They had me drugged, and Angelo's your great-grandfather's name. Done. That's a piece of my story, yes. Oh, drink. Oh, Michael. See my Virgo breath. For you, Michael.
Do you need me to heat it up?
Yeah, get me another one. That one's almost done. This is pretty full. There's no way you can see that without me dripping it all over. I'm going to do this whole thing for you, Michael. So much so I almost inhaled it. So my Aquarians, do understand that the guardian angel isn't just like following you around. It's like getting you parking spots. I know a lot of the more new agey literature kind of goes there. It's like, call to the Archangel of Dentistry to help you floss your teeth. It's like, we get it. But to understand that your higher self is you without fear, is you without limitation, and very hard to embody it full-time here 24/7, 365. Lord knows I've tried. But the best that you can do, where did he go, is see the higher self, your guardian angel, as the David, most beautiful, perfect male form. But I've been saying this all week long, using this statue for the Path of True Love reads. Thank you, sweetheart. That when asked, when Michelangelo, the artist, not the Ninja Turtle, always feel like I have to say that for people my age and younger, asked how he created the David, he said he didn't. That God created the David in the marble. His job was to remove the excess. Well, once the excess is removed, you are the higher self fully embodied, which makes you the living incarnation of heaven on earth. That's the point of the spiritual growth path individually, so that as you raise your vibration in the quantum field, it helps awaken everybody else and shake off their excess marble. Now, I can't think of anything more Aquarian than that, considering the song The Age of Aquarius, which is really about Pisces. Speaking of which.
Maricela asked, How does one know who their guardian angels are? I feel like mine are family members. Past, is that wrong?
Okay. The thing about angels are, because like we talked before about the angel and demon scale. Oh, there. I just created a thing. It's called the angel and demon scale, right? So angelology is one of those spiritual studies. Remember, I could have easily been a theological professor, but boring. No thanks. I get to have purple hair. I'm fine with that. Probably one of my quantum variances. But like discussions of how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. How is that helping me get through life? So the definition of what an angel is, you have to at some point accept we're not going to know until we croak, and maybe even not then, right? That's mysticism. Mysticism includes mystery, right? It's in the word, M-Y-S-T. So as far as who is what, the way I look at it, it's all the company of heaven, right? We're all individual manifestations of the great divine light, the supreme being, the quantum field, however you want to say that, the divine singularity. So whether it's your grandmother, your grandfather, because I've got I'm a witch. I learned it as ancestral spirits. And honey, I got them behind me in droves. You really don't want to cross me. You don't really want to do me evil deliberately, because I got Sicilians, Irish, and German behind me. No. Blessed be all of life. But keep in mind that as long as it's loving, it doesn't matter what you call it, right? What's in a name? A rose by any other name still smells as sweet, and that is true. But for me, my experience, and there's actually some really older stuff there. Oh God, is that the Order of the Golden Dawn? Oh God, I'm reaching back into the archives. Yeah, you better get me some more of that stuff to keep this shit lubricated. Yeah, keep the booze flowing, Andy.
Yeah.
I think it was the Golden Dawn. That's all right. that sort of moved us into that place of seeing the guardian angel as the higher self. Start playing with that, because the idea of your higher self, your fifth, sixth, seventh, all right, let's do it this way. Your lower three chakras are the third dimension, right? The root, the solar plexus, the root, the sacrum, and the solar plexus. They help you navigate the third dimension, right? Stop, go, turn left, turn right. The heart, throat, third eye, and crown are the fourth dimension. It's the psychological world, which is the dimension of time. And doesn't it just take time to balance and heal those chakras? It sure does. But the fifth dimension is the eighth chakra. So if we look at the sixth dimension as the ninth, and up and up and up and up, there is always a higher self until we merge with the divine singularity called the supreme being. In the Vedic texts, in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, you can find it referred to as God, right? Goddess, the collective, the quantum field in its entirety. So to connect with your higher self is simply to say, hey, whatever it is that I will eventually become, because that's the truth of it, help, right? Connect with me. Whether you are my guardian angel or not, because I never understood, even when I heard about guardian angel, I was raised Roman Catholic. So it's like, oh, there's always a guardian angel following you. I was like, I didn't have the word stalker yet, but that's how it felt as a Virgo. I'm like, even in the bathroom, that's kind of creepy, right? It made me a little paranoid. And it did, but a mystic would feel that. It's like I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. All for you Gen Xers out there. But then through the work of Solara, yeah, they named a Toyota after her, Solara, spiritual teacher. Everybody goes on about 1111. I worked for her for the 1111, the spiritual activation of planet Earth, January 11th, 1992, I think that was. Google Solara and 1111, you'll see what I mean. I was her personal assistant. It was all about embodying the higher self, the guardian angel as the higher self, and you had an angelic name. So that's an exploration that I think for an Aquarian would definitely take you out of the box. And I think that's enough for that one. Kind of rambled a bit, but that's my bailiwick, that angel stuff. Because I don't see angels as all nice, fluffy babies in diapers. They're fucking soldiers of heaven. Cool. Pisces. How long have we been going?
Almost an hour.
Almost an hour. Well, I hope you're all having fun. I have no idea how many people are in this room at this moment. Is it like 3?
22.
Oh, fuck. Rock on. That's pretty cool. All right. Now, look, if you've been watching my channel, you know what this means. My Mer family. I love my Piscean people. Because you know why? They're fun and they comment on the videos and they let me know what the fuck is going on. And they Piscean.
Interesting.
Oh, this? My mother was a nursery school teacher, so I know all sorts of weird shit that other people don't know. It's Montessori.
No,
It's a fishy. The awkward.
That's what we grew up.
Can you hear him? He just called my lovely fishy thing the awkward turtle.
That's what it's called. You dropped a card.
Oh, did I? Well, let's see what card I dropped. I won't pick it for Pisces, but it's good to know. Power. Why'd you do it? Power. I love Katya Zamolodchikova, the drag queen, the gymnast. Oh, you see, you were at work all day. They did a really good thing on Netflix. They like to watch. Have you watched that series at all?
No.
They review Netflix series, but the one that they did was really, really good. I watched that today on my break. Pisceans, breathe. Oh, my angel card. Now look, it can be an abundance of emotion. Sure, it can. It can be an abundance of bring that you'll get less of it. Not necessarily so. But the more you embrace feeling good, it's something I learned from Matt Kahn. He's fucking genius, that kid. From your life. Why? Pisceans? Because we are dolphin and shark, guppy and barracuda, right? Those two fish. And we need both of them. That when we feel our grief in abundance, it opens us up for joy in abundance. And really, grief is just love that doesn't know where to go. So the more you love your grief and let yourself feel it in private, doesn't have to be in public or on social media, the more you actually clear out, excavate more room for more joy to come in. Now, the thing about that is that this card of abundance is immediately right in our colloquial belief system about money. And certainly that can be. But what I have learned in my life, being self-employed, I mean, I've worked for corporations. Never. I mean, I considered going back into retail, but I thought, suicide's easier. No offense. No, I don't. I'm a mystic. Once you start remembering other lives, it's not such a big deal as you think. But the thing about money is yes, of course you need money in this world, but the divine plan kind of covers all of that. So my Pisceans, if you are freaking out about money, just know that you didn't come in here just to make money in this life. You came in here to feel everything. Because why are we feeling everything, right? From depression, take me out of the game, to joy, bliss, ecstasy, walking on sunshine, and I'm starting to feel good, is because as we feel, we are healing. And we are not just healing ourselves, we are healing the collective. So know that you are fulfilling your divine mission every time you're feeling something and you don't know why. And it's really wise to reach out or at least take time to make sure that you know that you will be compensated some way. Because as you release, you excavate and make room for the divine to fill that up with something else. So I know it's rough. I know it's hard. But if you call upon your angels, your gods, your goddesses to say, all right here, this emotion, this is where the sword is entering my heart. It's not take the sword out of my heart. It's saying, help me see this differently. Help me experience this, embrace this emotion differently. And often just knowing, because this is what they say to me, what you're feeling is 2% you. The rest is the collective of humanity. As you feel it, you're bringing relief to people all over the world by allowing it to come through you. You just focus on your breath, right? Just like the dolphin, right? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, above water, below water. In that we help to serve the world. And that's our quantum function as Piscean just about anything. Cool. We did our first 12 zodiacal readings. Are we ready for a cocktail? Well, it's just hot. How's that for divine timing? Witch, please. Witch, please. Drink. I can't believe it. The person who just did a super chat, because I can see the color changed. I won't say her name because we don't need to out anybody here. Just pour me one. I knew her back in 1991 about that. Said 1111 Solara. They named a Toyota after her. I'm sure if you Google Solara and 1111 movements that you will see a video of me back in 1990 with long blonde hair and about 20, 30 pounds heavier than I am now. God forbid. I'm sure that video is out there somewhere. But this particular woman, OGLV, is a dear friend of mine from back in the early 90s when I was married to my first husband, who used to take those very same angel classes, and I adore her. And sometimes, she's originally from New York. She lives elsewhere. When she comes back, sometimes we get to see each other, sometimes we don't. But she is one of my dearest friends. And you want to talk soulmate? She my family. She my sister. So to you, I just want to make sure I say your name right. OGLV. Oh, wait, there's more there. Piano harmony, right. Brilliant visual artist. You know that picture I have in the stairwell? That's her. Yeah, she made that. She painted that for me. So to you, my darling, I won't say your name. See, not all of my decorum and boundaries are gone because I'm wearing this piece. I wonder what alcohol does to plaque and tartar. See, I feel like if we do...
She said she loves you.
I love you so much. The next time you are in town, I don't care what it takes. I'll come to Brooklyn so that we can hang out. I know you're not in Brooklyn, but you're close enough that we could see each other. I went to a party yesterday where so many of my friends from Brooklyn were there. They're like, anytime you want to come and stay, come and stay. I'm like, all right. Gay Pride's coming. Oh my God. I feel like you have to take off for the entire month of June so that we can do Gay Pride together. Because I go to Brooklyn and I hang out, and well, you know, we take the subway in for the party in the city, but then we retreat to Bushwick.
Yeah.
Bushwick is where it's at, people. Bushwick is a lot of fun. The graffiti alone, to walk around in like short shorts in the summer with all those hipster boys. Oh. You'd be like Long Island men. You'll never go on scruff again outside of your... Let's see. We're good. Look at me all squinty and shit. I look like Popeye.
She said it's a date.
Oh, good. See, if I do these healing mantras, we're going to go way too fucking deep for Drunk Tarot. I love you, Matt Kahn, but he doesn't drink, I bet. Oh. No, we said Drunk Tarot. We haven't actually touched Tarot yet. So far, we've only done Drunk Oracle, which is not quite the same thing. All right, bitches. Witches. I have to watch that. All right, witches. I don't care if you identify as a witch or not. I am, so I'm calling you all my witches. Oh my God, he's got an all-on coven. God forbid. Never again the coven times. I am a solitary for the rest of my life. Let's do Daughters of the Moon Tarot. 12 signs. Oh, this should be fucked up. Here we go. Nice deep breath. We're going to start. Oh, should we go backwards? That is my style. Let's start with Pisces. Secret hint. I hope you are all doing this, my Piscean Sun, Moon, Rising signs. How many people we got in the room still? Did we lose 20. Any? Huh?
20.
Oh, so we lost 2. Pisces. Terrible. Oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, a valley of plenty. Oh, they released something about season 2. You haven't watched The Witcher yet, have you? I can see it in your energy field. There's no point never lying to me, particularly when I'm drunk. Yeah, they released something today about The Witcher season 2, and I'm sorry, Superman who? He is so hot. I mean, I loved him. Look, I love Superman. I had a love affair with Christopher Reeve. Superman 1, the movie, and I was like, what, 8? I fell in love with Superman. Oh, he's so good. But I was just like, The Witcher is kind of it. And I never even played the video game. I play Elvenar. Oof. A very Virgo game. All right. Now we're dealing with...
excited for Witcher season 2.
Oh, I am... Okay, so here's the thing. It was only like, what, 6 episodes the first season? And I fell in love with Yennefer. Like, she's the witch. She's the sorceress. Why wouldn't I relate to her? But then she actually... See, I don't know. Should I do spoilers? I think if they were going to watch it already, they would have watched it already. But she gets
He's
to
big enough.
be intimate with him. Henry Cavill, I mean, he's British, he's handsome, he's one of like 18 sons, and he's like the best looking. And he played Superman. Ugh. But you know what? He's too young for me. Once you hit your 50s, I know. Do you know that I'm being pursued by, I did tell you this. I'm being pursued by a 66-year-old man and a 21-year-old man. It's like, can I get the average of a 44-year-old man? I did the math. I was like, can I get one somewhat closer to my age? The gods are fucking with me. And that's why we're going to find out, Pisces through Aries, what the fuck is going on. I can see doing this once a month. This is fun. Are you all having fun? Comment if you're having fun. Damn it. Goddess, damn it.
He says having trouble plugging cork back into the bottle.
Well, that's the point. Isn't that the point of all of this? To get me... oh, I thought they meant metaphorically. Sometimes being intelligent is not the gift people think it is. Too many interpretations. Let's dive in. Nice deep breath.
Having fun too.
Good. Good. Let's see. I'm going to go back and read all of these, and if I'm allowed to comment and like on them, I will. That's what I will do until I pass out. Toss a coin to your witch. I love that you walked away from the camera for that. You're amazing. Do you want to crash here tonight? You're more than welcome to.
I think.
Oh, yeah, crash here tonight. Have some sake. I know you didn't like your first. I know he doesn't like it. It's a. Please comment if you like hot sake and how long it took you to like hot sake. It took me about 30 seconds because I'm not always for the sweet. I like the savory. I like the spiky. All right. If anybody's a friend of Chelsea Handler, tell her thank you.
Maricela says, with all due respect, you make me want to be a gay man / witch.
Oh, fuck yeah. Then I have fulfilled my life purpose. You can take me now. Wouldn't you all freak out if like an angel dropped down and picked my shit back up? I'm not getting out of my contract that easy. They sent my shit back. I probably didn't have to come back. And they were like, well, you know, Trump. I was like, all right, fair. It's the only political thing I've ever said on my channel ever, because I won't go there. I'm here for everybody. I don't give a shit who you voted for. If you need my help, I'm here. That's a true witch, but I'm old school. Ah, my gods, my goddesses, my deities, the divine. No, I've got the divine masculine deck. We're going for the goddess. Fuck this. You want to see witchcraft? I'll show you some witchcraft. My goddesses. Please, where are we starting? Pisces? Oh, Diana and Circe, please. One card for the Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Please, 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 please. One card in clarity for the Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising sign, please. What do you want to say to your fishy children, my goddess? Beware of the fantasies that come from expressed emotion. They may not be true. This card is often the Seven of Cups, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? The tarot, Rider-Waite tarot, all the things we dream of, we fantasize of. But I once had an affair with a Piscean man, by the way, who is no longer incarnate. And actually, somebody in this room knew him by the name of Das Ra. And he said, the thing about being a Pisces is that your fantasy of how good a lover is going to be never matches up to what actually happens. Fucker was right. And I miss him terribly. I loved him terribly. And he had the exact same birthday as my first husband. Talk about bizarre. That's a mystical Piscean thing. So just know that what it is that you're feeling right now may not be all reality. And that's okay too. That we're sold all sorts of illusions as we grow. I mean, just the Disney films alone. Really? Glass slippers? By the way, glass footwear is a really bad idea if you're going to do anything other than stand still. Just saying, right? Can't imagine it myself. Bad footwear. But in terms of the romantic fantasies that the Piscean can, we all want true love, but you have to remember you are true love. And if you were here as my private client sitting across from the table for me, oh, I didn't fall off the chair, but oh, my back pillow did. Now you finally get to see what that thing is. that just know that the love of the divine will never, ever disappoint, but it takes a while to be able to build the circuitry emotionally to handle it. There are some moments where I tap into that which is beyond the illusion of separation and the love that I feel there. We are so loved. All of us actually are truly, truly, deeply loved by the divine. It doesn't matter your political, social, what you did in a past life, this life, that to tune to that love can bring you to tears of joy and ecstasy that will heal the wounds of your heart little by little over a period of time. So I'll say that for the Seven of Cups. Shall we check the aquariums? Let's. Hey, toss a coin to your witcher. Someone pay this witch.
Everyone is saying that they love Drunk Terror.
Are you all enjoying it? Like, I'm having a field day because I feel like you have to understand, I was the board secretary of the Silver Broom Ministries in Sale for a decade and a half or close to. So, like, this is a relief. This is like, because, you know, you're a minister. You can't, although I said fuck it, Sunday morning services. If you go look at my back catalog, some of the Sunday morning services, every 15 minutes I drop an F-bomb. There's you, because what? You can take the witch out of New York, but you can't take New York out of the witch. Let's do my Aquarians, particularly because one of them's in the room. My dear friend and artist, musician, and visual painter. Go follow her. She's amazing. Oh, my goddesses, Athena. Athena, technically, and Heracles sit in the throne. They share the throne of Aquarius. So please, Athena. Can you see her? Yeah, she's up there. There she is right there, with the owls around her. Please, my goddess, please, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising sign. Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila. It is a time of the 10 of Pentacles for you, my Aquarians, except that which has completed in terms of a desire that you have set as a seed and watched it grow over time. That it is a time of manifestation, but a time of fulfillment of desire. Now, what do we know about 10s? They are great fulfillment, but within the 10, you add the two numbers together, you get the 1, and you start all over again. So in the dropping of the fruit comes the seed to be replanted. So you get a moment, you get a breath, you get to fulfill that desire, but then begin again. I have to make 3 videos. That's my schedule. I'm trying to do 3 a day with these Path of True Loves. They're like an hour each. What am I going to do? 12 in one day? I'll be dead. Because you know what? I could just put them raw right on YouTube, but I won't. I won't. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put them through my Sony software and make them the best that they can be. Because you know what? Sometimes the cats jump up on the table and nobody needs to see that shit. Or my phone rings because I forget to turn it off. Nobody needs to see that shit. Why? I'm a Virgo. Cheers to my Virgos. Someone tip the Virgo witch. Because, by the way, yes, I do have backers, but if you think they're paying for everything, no. Doing this. Little truths. Did you know that alcohol is also truth serum? Did you know that? Usually it's sodium pentothal. Oh, wow. Pentothal. Wow, that's only 3 syllables. That syllables. So I'm working backwards here. Capricorn. Are you ready, my goats? Nah. If you're not watching, what is her name on Netflix? Isla Fisher? I forget her name. She's amazing. No. Just look her up quickly. She's amazing. I have found so many good comics on Netflix that I didn't know existed. It's Isla Fisher. She cracks me the fuck up. I have always adored female comics. Did you know that Chelsea Handler, I love Chelsea Handler, that she is a Pisces, but her Pisces sun is the exact same degree as my Pisces moon, and that's why if I ever meet her, I just want to say thank you for giving voice to so many of the things that I've done. Like, I don't want to bother her.
Are you sure? She's an Australian actress and author.
No. Fisher, Fischer.
Yeah, I think you're...
ISLA?
Yeah, I think you're confusing this person.
No.
The one who does the Netflix?
Oh, the Netflix comedian. She's Australian? She just
No, that's not. You're thinking of someone else.
Then who am I thinking of?
Her name's Alana, I think.
No, it's not Alana. I would remember that. Just go on Netflix, put in female comedy. He's my passer. Oh, Michael Starziak. I agree as a... Look at me. I'm still doing the fucking Popeye squinty eye. I agree as a Virgo. Whatever I do, I want to know I did everything in my power to make it the best that it can be. Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything.
Eliza
Schlesinger. Eliza. I like Eliza.
Yeah.
Pygmalion, My Fair Lady. Yes, she's amazing. If you've never watched her, go watch her. She's made me. Well, I never actually peed on my couch, but she made me want to pee on my couch while watching her. But Chelsea Handler, bless her heart, same degree. That's why when she does her thing, she's speaking to my soul. Just saying. All right, Capricorns. Have I been putting off Capricorns? Probably. Nice deep breath. This is what you came for. This is what you're still watching for. I knew that was going to happen. Dionysus, help me. Persephone, my goddess who sits in the throne of Capricorn. Please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. See, Venus sign. That just slips in there from the true love readings. Persephone, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What's going on for them? Best card ever, victory, right? The Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Flames. We're used to seeing it as the Six of Flames, but here, what I love about this card most, and I don't know if you can see it, but these three women are galloping on horses, all going in the same direction, but they're galloping on cooling lava, which means that what they can't see is moving them in the same direction that they are going. So a great big time of victory for my Capricorn collectives, a time of overcoming that which had previously limited, which is very much the Capricorn thing. All right. So what I'm getting here is that understand that the limits that were imposed on you previously were necessary in order to build up enough pressure to move beyond them. For example, it is a perfectly healthy boundary to tell a 4-year-old not to talk to strangers. But a 44-year-old, it's not a great boundary, right? Some days, sometime, you're going to have to order pizza. So it's that thing of overcoming those boundaries, absolutely. But at the same time, a time for victory. Pay attention to the gut instincts that come. Pay attention to the drive, the desires that pull you forward. Though this is a fire card, yes, your boundaries are in place and you like doing things in order and at a slow and steady pace, but know that victory is yours in that which is most imperative to your soul. Maybe not your personality. What's the difference? That's personal. That was fast for a Capricorn. What else we got going on here? I have to get up for work in 2 hours. I'm still going to be drunk. I feel like I have fulfilled my divine mission that somebody got drunk on a Sunday night, that they're going to be a little tipsy at work, like maybe throwing up a little bit in their mouth at the copy machine. That makes me really glad I'm not in retail anymore, actually.
She said she's an artist.
Oh, well, blessed be. Then you get the morning off, honey. Would you please go into the cabinet on the left, Anthony? Here, I'm giving him a directive. I could do this all fucking night long. He's off tomorrow. I just have to make videos. Do you see in the little thing, lower shelf? That little crockery thing? Do you see the little blue packet there? Yes, could you please bring that to me? There is a miracle drug that has already been created that people do not know aware of, and I'm getting no commercial advertisement. The miracle that is Alka-Seltzer. Before you go to bed, yes, you'll have to wake up and pee at some point, but a little Alka-Seltzer, a little plop, plop, fizz, fizz, say a little prayer over it. It's essentially holy water, will really spare you some of the cardiovascular restriction that the dehydration. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's essentially baking soda with Bayer aspirin in it. Just saying. It is my favorite drug. Isn't that sad? I think that's a little sad. All right, who we got next? Let's Sagittarius. I love you all so much. My Sagittarians, here we go. My goddesses, please, one card in clarity for this Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising sign, please. What's going on for them? Daughters of the Moon Tarot, please. Well, you see, because here's the thing. The god that sits in the throne of Sagittarius is Zeus, and there's just nothing feminine about him. So since I'm wearing his ring, Zeus, please, what's the message for the Sagittarians? The Capricorn card. Our first court card tonight. I think we had Libra before. But this is saying slow and steady wins the race. Slow it down. There are boundaries around what you're trying to create right now as mutable fire. Yes, there are several different varieties of things that you want right now. Slow it down. Take it step by step. Be clear. Be grounded. It is safe to be in your body, not knowing clearly whether or not you're going to get what you want. Make friends with uncertainty, because the whole world is uncertain right now. And as an earth sign, you could be viscerally picking up on the vibrations of the collective in terms of what you want to manifest as your own desire. But know that as a Sagittarian, you can always change your mind. You can always change your what and your why, and see things from a higher place where you can throw lightning and truth at just about anything and reveal the heart of what you want, why you want it, and change direction. That's mutable fire. Be a mystic. See the world for fun and profit. Who we got next? Oh, is Scorpio next? Yeah, 8th house. Here we go. That's me. You know, I am going to go back and read all of these. I don't care if it's 5 a.m. I will sit back, look back and read all of these. Scorpio. No, I never met a Scorpio I didn't like. My brother Matthew and I finally buried the hatchet because we're brothers. Yeah. We're the original Cain and Abel story, bless his heart. But he's a Scorpio. I'm a Virgo. I love him dearly. So I've always had a Scorpio in my life genetically linked. So please, my gods, Hades and Poseidon, please, one message for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs. 1, not 2. What do we got for them? Criticism. Be very careful of micro-analyzing yourself, particularly your emotions. This is an air card, and one that you should take in general, gentle steps towards yourself in terms of focus. Remember that critical also refers to focus, right? Like critical math, critical writing, critical care unit. When you go to the critical care unit, they're just not taking your blood pressure. They're checking everything. So make sure there is a focus in your life upon that which you are feeling right now intellectually to help you come into contact with the guidance and grace that is beyond the emotion and into the intuition. And here's what they're showing me. There is an intuition there telling you something that you don't really want to know. So there's all this emotion around it like a cloud, right? So there's the thing that's saying, get the fuck out of Dodge. And you're like, but if I get the fuck out of Dodge, I'll this'll, all this psychology. Know that eventually you're going to have to get the fuck out of Dodge. So if you're going to be critical, don't be critical of yourself. Just focus on your breath, on your emotions. And even if you don't act on your intuition immediately, take your time in doing so. Feel your way through the clouds. And know that all of those fears about having to focus on a particular, let's call it what it is, intuitive guidance of strategy of how to empower yourself, that will take time, but allow that child to have its voice, to have its emotions, to have its fears. Nurture that child inside of yourself because you're a water sign. And remember that you're not just feeling your own, you're feeling the collective of everybody who feels uncertain, that might have to make some drastic changes in their life, but at the same time, all that criticism. Criticism is hard because we've all been criticized in our lives, and we've all been criticized. But to be that of ourselves, so what is the opposite of criticism if not acceptance? It's okay to feel this way. It's okay to not know. It's okay to be afraid of the very decisions that our soul is prompting us to make that would transform us and help heal the world. So we can do this bit by bit. We are fixed water. We don't have to go for it all at once. We can take this baby step by baby step for the well-being of all. Good, good? It's pretty good for me. Who we got next? Oh, Libra. If I roll my eyes at air signs, it's just because I've dated all of them. And I'm an earth sign. Did you know elementarily, in terms of the elements, the opposite of earth is actually air? Because the opposite of fire is water, so that only leaves one other sign to be our opposite. So it's the air that can come and pick up earth and then disappear and leave us hanging on the beach. Virgo is sand, right? So my Libras, my goddesses, please. Oh, this is Aphrodite. Now, the thing you don't know about this ring, because every piece of jewelry I wear when I do a video is a totem of one of the gods in my pantheons. This is Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, runs around in a see-through 90, and it was the wedding ring from my first marriage. Did you know that? No, my Alexandrite. Because first of all, it's Alexandrite. I'm not hawking that shit. It's rare. I buried it in the earth under a grapevine for a year and a day to purify it because I just can't let go of good jewelry. And it's a Tibetan moth setting. It's so rare. Bought it in Boston, 1990 something. Before some of you were even born. Who are we looking at? Oh, yeah. Libra. This is, oh. Excuse me. Anthony, you're supposed to... No, you're not. You just sit down. That's fine. Would you like a chair? You can take that chair right there if you like.
Jen just joined. Jen W.
What?
Jen W just joined.
Jen W just joined. Hi, Mal. Sorry, I'm like... Girl. That's the great thing about YouTube. You can watch this shit on playback. See, the funny thing about Drunk Tarot is that the guidance and the grace that's coming through, because I'm a mystic... Look, I'm not saying every reading that you ever get is going to be done by a mystic or every reading is a mystical reading. But there's a difference between spiritual and mystical. Like, I've surrendered to the divine mystery of life. Use me. That's my ultimate surrender. Use me, because I know this isn't my first life and probably not my last on planet Earth. We'll see. But so even with the alcohol, particularly with Greek gods, this a patron like Dionysus, it's often when we drop some of our more Virgo constraints, because I am a Virgo, that the truth can really come through, but in a more lubricated way. So let's dive in. My Libra collective, please. Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, who runs around in a see-through 90. My God, Eros, please. One card for the Libra collective, Sun rising sign. What a good card it is. Ace of Flames, creation, something brand new coming in, a new desire, a new journey, a new inspiration to be embraced. See, here's the thing. Yes, of course, this can be sexual attraction, though that usually manifests itself as a deuce, right? A two, should I or shouldn't I? But there's something in your belly, my Libras, that is calling you forward that is not water, it is fire. And remember that the lover of Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, runs around in a see-through 90. I mean, she married Hephaestus, a god of fire and forge, but she was lovers with Aries, right, the war god. So there might be something in you that's starting to percolate that you really, really want that is a little bit out of character, a little bit your opposite. It's okay to entertain the desire without shutting it down entirely, repressing it. Because what I find is, well, they're reminding me of something that an Ashaya monk told me quite many decades ago. He said renunciation doesn't really work because the mind stays attached to that which you are trying to let go of, which is why so many people who give up addictions have recidivism, right? Go back to it. But rather to allow it to have its feelings and trust that it will drop away at its proper time. As long as you're being in alignment with the truth of who you are, things will drop away. So there's no sense in completely denying that you really want something. Remember, a lot of times these Ace of Flames, the Ace of Wands, which in the Rider-Waite Tarot is awfully phallic, even sexual attractions, can very much be an indication of something that's scripted in the divine plan that we're tuning to. And it's our own mental belief systems and emotional conditioning that keep us from accepting it wholeheartedly. Breathe some fire into the spark. See what evolves. But remember, whether it works out the way you want it to or not, it's all happening for you. It's all about the evolution of your soul. I feel like I'm doing 10 minutes of exposition in between the two readings. That's probably true, but I am a Virgo and incredibly verbal. What's Virgo? We're at Virgo, aren't we? Can I just tell you how much I love being a Virgo? I think that calls for a shot. Does somebody want to tip the Witcher, by the way? I'll do a shot anyway. You don't have to pay me to do a shot. That was half. You want me to do the other half? Pay me 10, pay me 5, I'll do it. I'd hate to say I'm prostituting myself, being that is a survival archetype according to Carolyn May's Sacred Contracts. But I am having a lot of fun, and I hope you are too. So let's do the Virgos, shall we? Can you see my legs under the table? They are crossed, aren't they? Mm-hmm. I am truly a Virgo. 4 planets, second house, Leo rising. Oh, because you know who's the god of Virgo? Who sits in my throne of Virgo? It's Dionysus, the heathen. I've got my finger in his mouth. And the totem is the pentacle, the grapevine pentacle. Oh, I'm revealing all of my secrets to you. I feel so naked. Oh, my gods and goddesses, Dionysus in particular, please, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective. We're halfway through. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, please. What's the message for your beloved bunches of grapes on the grapevine? The moon, that the path will be revealed to us. What I love about the card of the moon in this particular deck, and I recommend everybody get the Daughters of the Moon Tarot because it is my favorite tarot deck ever, that the path is always beneath our feet, right? But there are some moments where it's available to us where we actually see the path, right? Otherwise, it's mystical. It's a mystery. But when the intuition and the symbols and the signs and the synchronicities all line up and we get that feeling of, oh my God, the divine plan is actually playing out in my life, please make yourself comfortable, sweetheart. That we see that the path has always been there and that we can trust the divine at least to take the next step. So the card of the moon, sure, speaks about confusion, right? The card of the sun is total clarity. The sign of the moon tends to be a little bit more, I love this word, obfuscated. That made me burp, that had so many syllables in it, syllables. So to just know that for us Aquarians, for us Virgos, don't know why I jumped to Aquarius, that, wait, Michael Starziak, if you weren't straight, I would sleep with you. There you go, $4.99, another shot. Mine are always crossed. I chuckle every time I watch a Virgo read because my legs are always crossed. This man has come to my house for readings. I love him. He is my brother, and he's Greek. Go figure. He's got the same DNA in me in terms of the divine. But just know, my Virgos, that it is hard in this world to trust the divine feminine impulse of the goddess, of divine guidance, that even though it looks this way, this is what's happening for you. Or that if you keep watching and walking this path, you will find not maybe exactly the way you thought it would be, but that which your heart and soul desires to experience. It is hard to walk the lunar path in a world that has been dominated by the divine, masculine, patriarchal, literal, thought-oriented rules and regulations to abide and obey, the rules and regulations to Google Fuzzbox, Fuzzbox, and rules and regulations. You'll be thrilled. To actually trust something that is so hardwired within us, that the guidance that we need is already in our DNA, but that if we can trust the feeling, somehow manage to balance the head and the heart to make our choices in a way that is congruent, that we will fulfill our paths with hopefully less pain and suffering and with more grace and guidance. Cool, cool. How are we doing over there, Anthony? We're good? Leo, we're only 5 away. We'll be done with this, and then we'll be done for the night. I think this is just fine. Now, the god that sits in the throne of Leo is Apollo. He usually doesn't fuck around, although he's a good party boy when he wants to be. Breathe, my Leos. I am Leo rising, so this connects to me too. He's been known to have a drink. My Leo collective, sun, moon, rising sign, please, Apollo, 1 card in clarity for the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising sign. He gave me 2. Blessed be. Ace of Cups, happiness. Happiness is a decision I must make. Use that Leo light, right? That 5th house pleasure, that desire to experience and bask in the sun, particularly to take note of any new beginnings emotionally in your life that allow you to feel happy. Now, let's be clear. There are 2 different kinds of happy. There is happy, content happy with, oh, I'm very happy with this. I've got some sake and I've got my M mug, and ultimately I'm not going to drink again for another 2 weeks, so I'm very happy with the way this is going. And then there is major arcana happy, where everything that you wanted and hoped for manifested. This is the Ace of Cups. It's the beginning. It's something that you need to plant and nurture and allow to grow over time. So mystically speaking, remember Apollo, Leo is the god of prophecy, the god of the arts, and the god of healing. Look to your creativity. That is where your good fortune is. If there's something that really makes you happy, write about it. I'm going to use this as a verb. Art about it. But you don't need to put it on blast all over social media. Let it be your own personal creative journey, because that will allow this Ace of Cups to manifest emotionally more and more and more. And I always think there's something kind of cool about keeping it to yourself. But then again, I am a Virgo. Cool, cool? I'm telling you, the readings are quick. It's just all my bullshit in between. He's watching the tech. He's so good, my son. Considering all my other sons I have to scoop the litter box for, it's nice to have one that I don't have to do that with. Who we got next? Oh, Cancerians. Oh, what's that? Sagittarius. I gave birth to a Leo. My current boyfriend is an Aries. Oh, girl, that's a lot of fire. You might want to, I don't know, try some water just in your own time. Take a bath. God, I will read through all of these eventually. In the meantime, someone else tip your witcher. I've got about a half here. If someone gives me 20, I will burn the rest of the bottle. You watch me do it, whether it's hot or not. Gone. What? The bottle's finished. And that's why there are 2 bottles, Anthony. Just be prepared. I'm a Virgo. If you haven't guessed already, I'm a little balls to the wall when it comes to my work. So who are we looking at now? Cancerian. Nice deep breath. How many people we got in the room? We had 20. So there are people hanging in. Some come, some go. Probably Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, and Aries. Because then we're going to end for the night. Because I need to take that Alka-Seltzer that's sitting on that piece of selenite staring at me. Staring at me. Oh, this is Hera. Hera sits in the throne of Cancer, so I have to just take a moment. My matron, my mother, my queen, please 1 card in clarity for the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What message do you have for them? Please. We were hoping this card would come. We were hoping. We, the Imperial, we were hoping that the Lovers card would appear sooner or later. Now, actually, again, you're seeing this backwards, I think, on chat, but it has the name of the goddess Aphrodite on it. The Lovers card Yeah, sure. It can be about love and romance and all of that, but it is about a life-changing decision. That's why in the Rider-Waite Tarot, we see the Garden of Eden with the snaky tree and the tree of life and all of that, with the Archangel Raphael saying, choose. You're only going to change the entire world by what you choose. So keep in mind, my Cancerians, in this particular situation of where you are, you have to balance not just the gut, your intuition of what to do, your survival intuition, but your emotional intuition, that feeling of the heart, of what the heart cries out for, and to be able to determine if that is coming from love or fear. That's tricky shit with the mind that is also telling you what is the logical, rational thing to do. And that's every life-changing decision that we make. Now, why I say that is in this card, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, we have a male and a female. There are very few males in this deck. It is a feminist deck. So when you see a male character, it's really talking about in some way balancing and healing the patriarchal divine masculine energy. So to get the mind to come into congruence with the divine feminine heart soul vibration. In other words, what should I do next? I have a life-changing decision. Well, the heart says this and the head says this. Well, what are you going to choose? Third chakra. Are you going to go left? Are you going to go right? I see what app you're on. You think I can't see that? Scruff forever, baby. Then you kind of have to get that here we go. The wise, lovingly powerful decision always comes from allowing both the head and the heart to fully express itself in enough time to allow the throat chakra to make the wisest decision. In other words, daddy and mommy have to agree so that child can make the choice, right? The head and the heart. So doesn't surprise me for the Cancerians. They might be leaning more towards, let me go this way, the left side, the divine feminine, the emotional. But do keep in mind that you can feel your emotions without taking action and making decisions. Let that play itself out until it all becomes, and this doesn't always happen, granted, but that it becomes a balanced, what do they call that? An even playing field where the emotional and the mental has its opportunity to speak itself so that you can make the most loving, wise, powerful decision. Oh, Geminis. Hold your breath, Geminis. Hold your water, Sybil. Did anybody else tip the Witcher? Drink anyway. God, am I going to have to hydrate tomorrow? How long have we been doing this? An hour and 42 minutes? God, I'm going to need some major hydration. But we only have 3 more left, so let's buzz through these. For my Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please, my gods. Hermes. Mercury in retrograde. There he is. Right there. Hermes. Speak through me. Work through me. My retrograde god, you trickster of illusion, because the planet don't actually go backwards. Please, my beloved, I love Hermes. He's so cute. He's so fast. Please, Hermes. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Geminis. The 2 of Swords analysis. It's like practically should be called the Gemini card. I don't know. I think both ways about that. Like one part of me is pro and the other one is con. So what can I say about this card other than that as a Gemini, there's an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other, a demon if you like. Kind of you're in, not necessarily indecision. Indecision is element of fire, but you're in this place of analysis, right? Like the fencer who's not just thinking about their own next move with the foil, but with their opponents, what they will do and how they will counter and what they will do next. So like a Gemini, you might be lost in analysis. Now, no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. I'm a Virgo. We're both ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is going retrograde right now. So not the best time to make a decision, but a good time to gather information. And that's what I've been doing. I've been putting off any great, big, huge, life-changing decisions. I mean, super live chat, not a life-changing decision, but certainly doing Drunk Tarot is, and it just felt right in my heart, so I went for it. But we were going to do this eventually anyway once I got to 1,000 subscribers. So that was already in place, in plan. But for anything that you are thinking about, my Geminis, really take some time, slow it down. Really understand that there are forces at work, unseen pieces of information that may reveal themselves later down the line. So the more that you can just gather information, put it in a bar graph, put it in a spreadsheet, talk to a friend about it, I think that what's going on for you, you will be able to reconcile both the angel and the demon for the well-being of all. Cool?
Michael, take you again.
Michael Starsiak, if you weren't a straight heterosexual male, as if there was another kind, then the straight heterosexual male, oh girl, I think I'm slowly turning into a hot mess, but that was the point. Did anybody really want me to do this unless they saw my usual Virgo composure dissolve into Mercury retrograde well, I wouldn't say insanity. I had good therapists along the way. I don't mention their name because they would be glutted with clients. Let's do Taurus and Aries and then we're done. And you're last, my past, come over here. Come on. I am mother. I look like a daddy, but I'm a mommy. That's why I implode duality. This is my past life son. This is my sweetheart. He's such a good guy. I love him so much, my Aunt May. I won't say where he works because you all go daily. Do you want me to expose you? No, of course you don't. But he's a wonderful human being, and I adore him, and I'm glad that he is my past life son. See, this is the part of the evening where the drunk girl comes out. I really love you guys. That's why I'm only doing this shit once a month. Will you all respect me tomorrow morning when I give you a Path of True Love reading? Yeah. This is a venting, as it were. Anything else cool going on there? Hi, Anthony. Oh, you just got a hi. He's wonderful. If you just like post what your name is, people will follow you and they'll see how many. They'll see who you are on social media. He's such a good kid. I love him so much. How old are you now? You're 28 still, right?
27.
27, you'll be 28 because you're an Aries and it's almost your season. I adore him. He's such a good kid. And my boys adore him. They actually snuggle up and like nest on him, so to speak. All right. Taurus. All right, my earth signs. Especially you don't want to screw with Taurians. Nice deep breath. Oh, and the goddess that sits in the throne of Taurus is Demeter. You'll love great Demeter. You'll love her when you meet her. Then you'll grind her up and eat her, and it's good enough for me. Google that old-time religion. There's a whole song. Oh, Demeter, goddess of grain, please, of agriculture, of the topsoil, please, one card in clarity for this Taurus collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. What's the message for them you have? Figures for the Taurus. That you are dealing with conflict. Now, just viscerally, I can feel that this is a conflict within yourself. This may or may not manifest in terms of external conflicts with other people, places, and things. But there is one foot on the gas and one foot on the brakes. Something that you really want, but something that you're not exactly sure that you should want. I will tell you this, as I have said a couple of times previously tonight, obviously not with every reading, but this is a fire card. If there is something that you really want that is a foot on the gas, but that you are a little reticent and want to put the foot on the brake, do understand that in time, that this may manifest itself in a way that you do not currently see. The whole point of this card of conflict is to say that though there are two archers depicted in the card, there is only one dragon. You see him? Only one. So though it looks like two things, there is only one issue behind the scenes operating. And usually that is about fear or lack, because you cannot have a thought of fear without lack, and you cannot have a thought of lack without fear. They are essentially the same thing. So if you go back and look to what is the source of this conflict, if you identify for yourself physically, viscerally, earth sign, fixed earth sign, what is it that I feel in my body is blocking me here? You will find an aspect of fear or lack. And remember, fear is often the intuition telling you that big change is coming. Taurians are not great with big change, and that's okay. They are the stable, fertile, foundational sign. We love Taurians that way. I told you I have a 21-year-old Taurus who like is chasing after me. I'm like, kid. I asked him if he understood fractions of what half meant, because you are half my age, if not more. So there's a conflict there. It's like, yeah, he's adorable, but what is my reticence? It has to do with my earth sign, Virgo honor code, right? So let both voices of the gas and the brake be heard, and eventually that resolves the conflict as emotions are allowed to be what they are. Come here, Malix. Come here, honey. We haven't had a feline intervention all night long. Come here, buddy. Oh, I can't get him. He won't. He knows. He knows. Come here. Let's see if I can get him up on the chair. It's really not as much fun without the kitty cats. Come on, Booger. No, oh, I couldn't get him. Fuck. Oh, well, we'll see if he tries it again. Come on, Booger. No, he knows. He knows. He's been doing this too long. Oh, there's a big one there. I love this so much. I'm going to rewatch it. Good, good, good. Look, I don't expect anybody to go through, oh my God, what is 9 minutes short of 2 hours. So let's get this Aries done. I'll do the rest of this. I'll do the rest of Samurai Jack. And then we'll be done for the night. Cool, cool. This was not bad, 2 hours for our first super chat. My Aries, which is my past life son, Anthony. Now, the thing about the throne of Aries in my pantheon is it's actually 3 gods. Well, 2 gods, 1 goddess. It's Aries, Artemis, and Hephaestus, 3 sons. A disfavored son, a favored daughter, and a disfavored son. Read Gods in Every Man, Goddesses in Every Man by Jean Shinoda Bolin. Jungian psychologist, still one of my favorite books of all time. So here we go. Forever young. Oh, my gods and my goddesses sacred, please. Aries, Artemis, Hephaestus, god of war, goddess of the hunt and the moon, and god of fire and forge. Nope. Please, 1 card in clarity for my Aries collective. Sun, moon, rising sign. What is the message for them that you have for them for this drunk tarot? Please. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I love this. 7 of Blades. Meditation. That it is so important that Aries understand that every desire that comes up need not be acted on right in that moment. That there is a process of contemplation. Now, if you look at this card, this is a woman. One would think of the northern tribes, if you want to go all water tribe. Did you watch, by the way, any of the Avatar series on, yeah, you did on Netflix, right? So I want you to think Katara. I want you to think the water tribe here. Ice fishing, patience. Allow yourself to contemplate mentally what's going on emotionally. Because as a fire sign, to slow it down, keep in mind, we are still in Mercury retrograde until the 9th of March. So desires right now can be better thought of afterwards, but to take deep down into yourself, how do you feel? See, this is tricky. We feel like when we want something fire-wise, like Aries sign fire, I really, really want this. But why? The what is often not enough for deeper understanding. Why do you want what you want? Often that is a matter of emotion. Because in my childhood, I didn't get A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because I'm having a bad day because of this, because of that. Once you contemplate that, you begin to understand that the fuel, if you will, the coal or the wood that feeds the fire of your Aries desire needs to be reconsidered. That there are plenty of people who want what they want and then do things that are toxic, not just to themselves, but to everybody else. But that's why in this time, it's so paradoxical. As intense as the time is that we are in, where things are changing so quickly, and norms of all kinds, political, social, familial, romantic, even our gender roles are transforming so quickly that to slow it down, there's nothing wrong with a contemplation with which isn't just thought. It's taking thought from the crown, from the third eye, through the throat, into the heart, into the solar plexus, into the sacrum, into the root, so that the entire energy field gets its input there to truly contemplate, not just think about element of air, but bring it all the way through the energy system to know what is right for you individually. Because as the last card down, I think that speaks for everything we're going through right now, in a sense, that there is a highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us, every incarnate soul upon planet Earth right now. You can't compare lives, but your personal contribution to the evolution of humanity, of life on planet Earth, of the spiritual transformation, again, is it the spiritual awakening or Armageddon? Yes, right? So do your part. If you're watching a video on Drunk Tarot, chances are you've got more of that intuitive spiritual bend, yes? So take the time to slow it down, my Aries, and no matter what sign you are, whatever is coming to you, when everything seems so accelerated, it's okay to slow it down, to take some time, to take a day off, to breathe. Breathe with me, my people. That everything is according to divine plan. We only have to play our role, knowing that we don't know what the script is, but there's nothing wrong with slowing down, finding the still point in the present moment where the divine always resides, so that we can draw upon the guidance and grace of our angels, our gods, our goddesses, our masters, and the higher selves of all involved, including our own, to make wise, loving, powerful decisions moment by moment, day by day, for the well-being of all. I thank you all so incredibly much. I had a field day. Please, if you can, with the time I have left, tip your Witcher. Didn't I say I would drain this bottle? Oh, wow. That wasn't much of a risk, was it? It's opaque. I couldn't see how much is left. So thank you all. For my friends and followers and subscribers in the UK, oh my God. Have a great Monday. Go kick ass. Tell them you watched a purple-haired gay witch from Long Island. Give some prophecy. Give some mystical information. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Anthony, do you want to do this on the first Sunday of the month? Do you think we could swing that? Yeah, we'll try and do that. Come on one more time. Come on. He's such a good kid. He listens to me. I could tell him to gargle peanut butter, he would, but I never would. This is my Anthony. He's my sweetheart. Before you're done tonight, go put your channel up on there as well. And I thank you all so much for watching. Let me give you a closing blessing here, a benediction. Did you know the closing prayer is called the benediction? I know that because I'm a minister. Shots. Meine Schatzi. My angels, my gods, my goddesses, my ascended masters and the higher selves of all involved, mine included, please bless all who have watched this super chat tonight, as well as anybody who ever watches it ever, with everything that they need to heal, to learn, to grow, to become the best that they can be and fulfill their role in the divine plan, and to understand that no matter what has happened in the past, it couldn't have happened any other way, that they've never really done anything wrong from the perspective of the soul. It's all been scripted. It's all been part of the divine plan, so that we can loosen up a little bit and enjoy this world a little bit more. That whether it is the apocalypse or the spiritual awakening, that it's all going to play itself out according to the divine plan. So we might as well be as loving and as caring and as tender, and take the risks that our soul really pushes us to take, because ultimately we're spirits in form. We are ghosts in the machine. Thank you, the police. I mean the band, not the actual police, that we can really relax a little bit and allow our hearts to open. And the sacred truth of the heart chakra, thank you, Carolyn Mace, love is divine power, that love really is the answer, whether you're a hippie or a baby boomer or a Generation Xer or a millennial, that the more love you have and the more love you give, the more love you have to give, because that is the truth of who we are. And that is my message. That's why I spiritually teach. That's why I do readings, to return you to love, which isn't just Return to Love, a Marianne Williamson title. It is the point of the Course in Miracles, which is essentially my spiritual spine, fifth dimensional consciousness, which is, I love you all so much. Be a fifth dimensional witch, be a fifth dimensional angel, be a fifth dimensional spiritual seeker, unity consciousness. Go for it, my sweethearts. Wait, where's my mouse? I can't find my mouse to shut this shit off. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Behind the tarot. Pardon me, I'm 51 years old and sake drunk. But wishing you, oh, how do you turn this shit off? Wishing, oh, there it is, end stream. Not bad for our first one. And we are just over 2 minutes. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed, you know, for the next hour. I'm going to be looking at all the comments. Hail. Farewell. There's no more alcohol left. And blessed, blessed, blessed be. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment the fuck out of this thing so that I can see what your take is. Because you know what? We're all in this together. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.